Welcome to Series 1 of Trust Me, pitting a good story against a good lie for the sake of a laugh and bragging rights. Let's meet the panel. From Vancouver, Taiwan, and stages all around the world, he's more than just the son of Smiley to us. It's comedian Ed Hill. Stand-up comedian, aspiring child star, and person who pronounces it schedule and Tuesday, Dina Jackson. Tickle trunk-obsessed madwoman with plans for revenge, Alexandria Viola Desolé, and crazy cat lady with a voice to match, Tara Lightning. I'm your host, Jeff Johnson. In this series, we'll find out if our panelists knit erotic art, have a good phone sex voice, pretend to be Japanese to further their careers, or hired a total stranger to strip at a bachelorette party. And we'll settle age-old questions like dinosaurs versus dragons, and try to figure out what the fuck these are. Like and subscribe so you don't miss a segment.
I had a run-in with the law while posing as a bear.
It was a dark and stormy night. The mad scientist called forth his terrifying minions to engage in their unholy ritual. It's the Trust Me Hallowe'en Special! Featuring terrifying Tara Lightning, Axe Killer Alexandria, Cameron Dennison, Jackie Hellraiser Holiday, and I'm your host, Jeff John, sawing you in half. That one wasn't so good. Between now and Halloween, we'll be releasing a bunch of videos where we hilariously tackle important Halloween subjects like traumatizing costumes, friendly ghost hauntings, and how to survive the zombie apocalypse. In this first segment, the panel will decide if they trust Alexandria's twisted tale of deranged stranger danger.
So I once encountered a stranger who escaped from an institution. I don't know if they call that anymore, like a mental institution, but yeah, like a mental institution.
It wasn't a university or a banking institution.
No, it was definitely where, like, you know.
What was that individual wearing?
Oh, that is a good question. And for the life of me, I can't remember. It all happened so fast, but yet it took a really long time.
Did you get to know his or her name? Was it a him?
It was a him, yeah. I mean, like, I woke up and he was staring into my eyes and soul.
You woke up.
And I was like, whoa, there's someone here in my face. And he ran away, and he took my car keys when he ran away. And so I chased after him in the forest. Well, we caught him.
Where did you wake up?
In a yurt.
Where were you? Which woods? Which forest was this?
Oh, it is on the coast of Oregon, and it was about this time of year, actually. It was a nice fall day, and...
You're hooking me in.
Yeah.
Did you just woke up and he was like standing over you?
Yes.
Like with a knife?
No, just with his eyes. And when he saw me open my eyes, he was like... And then he kind of shook his head and he grabbed the keys off the counter and then he ran out the door of the yurt. Yurts have doors. When we chased him down, I was with my partner. He caught up. He was still sleeping. He was on the top bunk of the yurt. He came back to camp with us, not willingly. And we sat him down in a chair and we chatted with him for a while. And then it was actually like 5 hours, probably. Felt like that.
How did you find out he had escaped from an institution? Did you ask him? How did this come about?
Good question, Jeff. Good question. I'm glad you asked that. So, we brought him back. And as he's sitting there, he's rocking and he's listening to music, but there's no music playing. It's like 7:30 in the morning in Oregon, and we're in a forest. He was listening to Whitesnake in his brain while we were waiting for the park ranger to show up.
So you took him down slow and easy.
Yeah, that's how I like to take down my insane asylum escapees.
I don't mean to get too personal, but were you also in the asylum?
It was an old friend, an old cellmate.
Not this time. Not this time. I don't know him besides that day. But I do have to say, like, when the park ranger came, he said, "Hey, thanks for not shooting him." And I said, "No problem. I don't own a gun. I'm Canadian."
I can't picture going somewhere with like a boyfriend or a partner and sleeping in a bunk bed. I'm still trying to get through that.
It's what they had.
So, I mean, it wasn't like ultra glamping.
It was pretty nice for like a yurt, I think. Like, it had power and $6 bottles of wine at the local convenience store, which I really like.
And conveniently walking distance from the insane asylum.
Well, actually, Jeff, he escaped and he was from Seattle or like somewhere in Washington. So we actually had to wait like 4 hours for his dad to show up. Oh, I forgot one really cool part about the story. The night before, we were all going to bed and having a shower and brushing our teeth in like the communal bathroom, and we heard some squealing. Like, it sounded like someone was being murdered. And so then when the police came and the park ranger and his dad, we talked about the squealing, and Whitesnake guy was like, "Oh yeah, that's the pig we sacrificed to the Dark Lord."
Oh my God.
Well, that adds some extra Halloween cred to the whole thing, for sure. Details aside, Tara, do you believe that...
Details aside. That's good.
Yeah, okay.
Decide if this is true or not. Sideline all the details.
Do you believe that Alex once encountered a stranger who had escaped from an institution?
I would say yes, mostly because I know Alex and interesting things seem to just fall out of the sky.
Like my Aunt Helda, the East Witch.
Why not? Insane asylum people coming out of the woods.
Cameron, what do you think?
There are too many intricate details that cause me to think an incident very similar to this occurred in the witch's life.
Pagan.
My
Do you believe
apologies.
that Alex once encountered a stranger who had escaped from an institution?
Either she just has like a lot of experience in film.
But not porn. My dad said no, thank you.
Good girl. Good girl. People don't even pay for that anymore.
Yeah, there's no money in
I
that.
know.
Sounded odd.
No, you might as well do Trust Me TV shows on the internet.
Yeah.
There's the money. I've dealt with police in Oregon, and he's just a nice guy, you know? He said, "Do you have any drugs or guns on the boat?" And I was like, "Keep your mouth shut. This is the States." And I said, "No, but you can check." And he's like, "No, that's okay. You just go on to the next port. It's fine." If I had an insane person that came onto my boat and I had to call the cops, they would thank me for not shooting them.
I think Jacqueline's story is true.
Yeah, me too. I know that cop.
God.
Yeah, it was probably the same cop.
Yeah, Dave. I have a photo with him.
On the
We'll
top
have to-
bunk?
And the crazy guy?
I might.
Nice.
Alex, what's the truth? Did you in fact encounter a stranger who once had escaped from an institution?
Yeah, he was being transported from Seattle, Washington, and he got out at a truck stop and he ran away. And his dad was really, really grateful and was really teary-eyed when he found his son.
So he hardly murdered anybody.
Did he really kill a pig?
Yes, he really did kill a pig too. The pig is true.
Alex did once encounter a stranger who had escaped from an institution.
From an institution.
Now can we know who your partner on the top bunk was?
He is my cousin, also my ex-fiance.
Not your cousin.
He is my cousin.
Wow.
But we didn't know he was my cousin when we slept together the first time. So
Oh,
now
good
he has to
Lord.
sleep on the top bunk.
You didn't know the first time, but you knew.
Is he going to see this? Probably.
Yeah, everybody's going to see this.
Well, Alex's terrifying tale of deranged stranger danger turns out to be true. And everybody else in the panel believed it. So that's 1 point each for Cam, Tara, and Jackie. In our next segment, we'll learn if Tara's first car once carried the departed to the other side. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss a single segment of Trust Me. Hello and welcome to the second segment of the Halloween 2020 special of Trust Me. Everyone but Alex got on the scoreboard in the first round, and now the drama continues as Tara tries to convince the rest of the panel of her hearse hearsay.
My first car was a hearse. I mean, obviously not like a working hearse at the time.
You weren't driving bodies around in it?
No.
How old were you?
When I got my first car?
You got your first hearse.
16.
Did you buy it?
Mom bought it for me with the plan for me to pay her back, which I didn't ever do.
Who makes hearses?
A number of different makers.
What make was yours?
Yeah.
Oh, what was it?
You look like you're trapped in headlights.
I want to say it was a Buick.
So boring, it sounds true.
Have any adventures in your hearse?
Some racing. There was some like racing.
How'd your hearse do in the race?
In the streets of Medicine Hat. Not
You
too
had
bad.
another friend with a hearse who you raced hearses with?
You know how when you see like a funeral procession coming,
Yes.
you know, like you don't pass the funeral procession and sometimes you pull over to the side of the road and you wait for it to pass.
Mhm.
Did anybody do that for you?
In the very beginning, very beginning, because I had no other identifying markings on the car whatsoever. After a while, I was like, okay, this is weird. People think I'm carrying dead people in the back. So there were some like stickers and stuff like that went on it. But
Oh, you put like goofy bumper stickers on or something?
well, yeah. I mean,
Like honk if you're dead. I always wanted a hearse. I think that's so cool.
Me too. I've always wanted a hearse for other reasons, though.
Because you can do it in the back.
Yeah.
Tara, what did the car smell like?
Oh.
well, it mostly smelled like vanilla Roma. The
Vanilla Roma.
the yellow tree
Freshener.
air freshener.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Did it come with the hearse?
No, that was just the popular one at the time, so that was what I got. You know,
It was the 90s. How old were you when you lost your virginity, and did you own the hearse at that time? And
Did it happen in the hearse? No.
Didn't happen with a dead stiff?
oh, how about a stiffy? Did you have a stiffy?
Did I? No.
How many of your friends could you fit in the back of your hearse? Because any 16-year-old kid would definitely try that.
Or lying down reasonably comfortably. Because my mom was very paranoid, and so like there was no even like riding in the back of anybody's truck or anything like that. So if a vehicle didn't have seatbelts enough for the people that were in it, you're gonna get in trouble. So
You have friends in your hearse.
Dora dear, isn't any truck technically a hearse for you?
I guess.
I just can't believe that she had like 4 people laying down because we fit like 10 cheerleaders in a Toyota Corolla. You know,
That's a Halloween
like one
movie.
was legit like on the laying across the back window and then like a few people on top of each other. But if we had to go somewhere, we of course my mom was going to say that was bad.
Start with Jackie, because she already seems to have some doubts. Was Tara's first car a hearse?
He sounds very convincing, but I'm going to say no.
Oh,
No,
Jackie.
I feel like if you're in high school and you have a vehicle like that, you are going to pile as many people in there as you can. That is the shag and wagon party mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron, what's your thoughts?
I think Tara was a good young ghoul, and I think she listened to the rules. And I'm gonna believe Tara. I trust Tara on this one. I believe she had a hearse.
What do you think? Do you trust Tara? Did she, was her first car a hearse?
I think that this lie needs to be buried 6 feet under and place a tombstone on it.
oh snap.
All right, Tara, what's the truth? Was your first car a hearse?
The truth is my first car was not a hearse.
Oh my goodness, dude!
It was a 1976 Volkswagen Beetle.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure you had a really cute car.
Yeah, it was gold.
And look how excited she is. She even knows who makes it.
Just say who makes it. Only been one company makes a bug, honey.
But you didn't know who made hearses, and only one company makes hearses, bitch.
What? There's more than one company that makes hearses.
I think Cadillac probably makes most hearses.
No, because you can get a Rolls Royce hearse. I'm sure you can probably get a Cadillac. There's probably like Lincolns or whatever. I don't know.
We have established though,
Tara's a liar.
Tara is a liar. Look at those big doughy eyes. Of course she's a liar. The tale of hearse hearsay turned out to be a lie. Alex and Jackie each get a point for doubting their friend, while Cameron's trusting nature costs him dearly. In our next segment, we'll find out if Jackie had a not-so-sweet doctor's visit. Mwahaha! Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss a single segment of Trust Me. It's round 3 of the Trust Me Halloween Special. So far, Jackie has an early lead, but Cam, Alex, and Tara could catch up, depending if they believe Jackie's story of the captured confectionery.
I once had to go to the hospital to have a piece of candy removed from one of my orifices.
Your nostrils.
It was from my nostril.
I was gonna get something else, but that's fine.
I was hoping for a butt candy story.
We'll get there.
I was hoping there'd be more guessing, but okay. It was
It would have been better television. Would have made for better television.
True!
okay, let's start over.
What kind of candy was it?
It was a jelly bean.
I definitely thought you were going to say it was the rocket tube.
The whole thing.
Like, so you could pull it out.
But then he couldn't pull it out.
That is not where the rocket tube got stuck.
Oh, that's a different story.
Oh, Jacqueline.
So when was this? How old were you?
I
32.
It was last year.
Please say last week. Please say last week.
I was in grade 1.
So you got nose candy stuck in your nose in grade 1? Do you have a problem?
Grade 1.
Do you want my finger?
I could have used that. It would have saved a trip to the hospital.
How did they extract the jelly bean?
I tried to just like plug a nostril and just give like a snot rocket kind of, okay? Mm-hmm. And then it was just like the doctor was just like this, you know, and like with a flashlight like that. And then eventually they kind of got it out with like a tweezer thing that almost like your fingernail, and got stuck up my nose and it came out.
What color was it?
It was red.
What flavor was it?
It was red.
It was it was snot flavor.
You know, in movies when they take it out, there's a bullet and they drop it in a tray.
Yeah.
Did you take it out and drop it in the tray? Did you have any desire to eat it?
It was really like, it didn't look like a jelly bean anymore. Kind of was like gooey, and it kind of like the stretch kind of, and then it was just kind of like, it wasn't a jelly bean when it came out. It was just kind of like goo.
What season were you in?
It actually wasn't Halloween.
Easter.
That was my guess. If she said Halloween, I would have said Easter's a jelly bean.
Yeah, Easter's jelly bean season.
There's an assumption that the only time we stuff candy in our orifices is during holidays. Yeah, so it's Easter.
I know it wasn't Halloween. It could have been around Easter because I think it was actually around my birthday, and that's maybe why I had the candy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that was what inspired you to stick it up your nose. It's
my
birthday.
Oh.
Do you remember what you were thinking at the time? Do you remember what you were thinking before you did it?
That it could just come out, you know, like just like.
I always hope whatever I put in comes up. So I understand.
Did Jackie once go to the hospital to have a candy removed from one of her orifices? Cameron, what do you think?
So far, even though I've just gotten to know you, You strike me as someone who might put stuff in orifices. So yes, I think this is true.
All right, that's a yes from Cameron. Tara, has Jackie gone to the hospital to have candy removed from one of her orifices? At least one of her orifices?
And at least once?
Wait a minute, we were talking about my nose.
In the beginning, I was going to say no, because it's just one of those stories that it could have just been stolen from some other crazy story. I mean, I can definitely see you doing it.
That's terrible.
I'll say true.
All right, Alex, what do you think? Did Jackie once go to the hospital to have candy removed from one of her orifices?
Well, I have to say, Jackie, that there is no shame, and thank you for admitting that you had a problem with nose candy. I would have disagreed with you, but because I leave everything up to my magic 8-ball, it says outlook is good. So, yep, it's true.
All right, well, Jackie, is it true?
It's not true.
F you, magic 8-ball.
Wow.
Well played.
I'm really very naive.
Yeah.
Jackie lured the naive panel into a dark alley and murdered their sense of trust. As they all believed her fake story, she holds on to her lead. In her next segment, we'll see just how trusting Cameron is. Whether his children have convinced him his house is haunted by a friendly ghost. A non-name brand friendly ghost, that is. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single segment of Trust Me.
What is that voice? Is that like a Igor or a pirate? I don't know. I'll figure it out. You awake shivering to find yourself somewhere near the middle of the Trust Me Halloween Special. You can vaguely recall Jackie having a narrow lead. As you pull yourself to your feet by a gnarled tree branch, you wonder if the panel will believe Cameron's story of Camspur's friendly ghost.
I believe that my house is haunted by a friendly ghost.
Where do you live?
I live in Tofino, and I live with my wife and 2 young children. It's semi-detached.
Where are you feeling this haunting?
It's less of a feeling than it is about experiences that occur that are very random. My kids will be playing with Lego, and Lego will literally fly across the room. And
So your kids throw Lego around and you just don't want to yell at them, so you blame it on the friendly ghost.
well, they actually say, my daughter will actually say to me, "Daddy, I can't believe this. Did you just see that?" And she'll point it out, and I'll be like, "Wow."
Was that it? Just the Lego, or are there other?
Oh no, there's a ton of stuff. Always like, stuff flying off shelves. I think it's a friendly ghost because oftentimes in the middle of the night, the radio will turn on, and I'll actually have to come downstairs and turn off the radio. And if it wasn't a friendly ghost, maybe it would turn on my record player,
or your oven or something, and try
or
to
my
bring the house
oven, or
down.
just or a torch, or the fire.
How does your wife feel about living in a haunted house?
Well, my wife is actually really, at first was quite scared and nervous. But I kind of convinced her that it was friendly. And in fact, I hope she doesn't watch this because it may not be friendly, but I think it is. And that's what I've told my kids and my wife because I'm scared shitless. And it actually makes me not want to go into my crawl space downstairs to look for stuff.
I like that we're only 20 minutes into recording, and already I think all of you have gone, geez, I hope nobody watches this.
Doors open and close, and at crazy, like 3 a.m, and it's not like, I realize this might be a challenging thing to believe because I have kids and they're random, but the doors of their room open and close and windows open, or we'll wake up in the morning and I'll purposely go close the curtains in the guest room and they'll be open. I think it's somebody friendly to me that just wants me to know they're around.
Not like an exhibitionist ghost that needs to open the bedroom windows.
No.
Yeah, right.
Creepy pedo ghost opening your kid's blinds.
Yeah, I don't see any ghost wing.
No ghost wing.
No ghost wing.
All right, what do you think, Tara? Does Cam think his house is haunted by a friendly ghost?
I feel like if a house is haunted, it's usually because somebody was there and their spirit didn't leave. And I don't know that your house is that old. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to say you're a liar.
All right, Alex, what do you think? Does Cam think his house is haunted by a friendly ghost?
Ghost.
Oh, God.
Ghost. tail of a lizard,
Knowing that you can't read makes this very entertaining.
bugs of a fly. I believe that Cam told a lie.
Bugs. All right, so that's 2 for now.
Bugs up.
Jackie, does Cam believe his house is haunted by a friendly ghost?
I want to feel like he does, because when we first moved into our house, we'd go to bed, and I swear to God, cupboards you could hear them opening and closing, but there was nobody downstairs. So
I changed my mind. It's haunted.
I don't believe that Lego go flying without children being involved, but
He did say not that long ago that he's just realizing how naive he is today. So there's a good chance his children opening and closing doors and throwing toys around, he's never really put together that his kids might be shitheads.
I just don't usually hang out with liars.
you know what? I think you believe it. I'm going to say yes.
Cam, do you believe your house is haunted by a friendly ghost?
You know, it's been so long since I sent you that email about what I believe. And I don't want to wreck the show. I do not believe my house is haunted.
That's good, because I made that one up. Even though you might well have made it up when you sent it to me in the first place.
The Lego story's true.
Yeah, your kids chucked it at your head.
Well, Camster's friendly ghost turns out to be just an apparition. Since Jackie and Alex got lured into believing the lie, Tara's the only one that gets a point this round. When we return, we'll find out if Alex's prime trick-or-treating years were spent as a child laborer in the dark forests of Central Europe. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single segment of Trust Me.
Hello, and welcome to the 6th segment of the Halloween series of Trust Me. With only 1 point separating first from last place, can Tara bewitch the other panelists with an ancient story that's practically magic?
My mom didn't want me to become a witch for a very practical reason.
This sounds like practical magic, and she didn't want you to become which one? Sandra Bullock or Nicole Kidman?
You just made me want to Google stuff.
Yeah. What was the practical reason, Tara?
So that I wouldn't burn the house down.
That sounds like your mom.
I had purchased some witches' candles that had like incantations that went with them that you would recite while you were lighting the candle. And she was concerned that I was going to burn the house down.
I was worried it's because she was a witch and she knew how hard it would be and she wanted more for you.
I know, hey? That was really what it was. She was like, no, honey, it's such a struggle.
Don't get stuck in the mill. Go, get an education. Go to the city. Make something.
At least have a fallback, because rarely do people make money as witches.
What is the plan B for someone who wants to be a witch?
Megan the Pagan? Tell us about
Megan
the
the
options for a witch.
Porn. Did she walk in on you while you were witching and it freaked her out?
While I was witching?
While you were listening to Sarah McLachlan, whatever.
Lorena McKenna.
I think it might have been after the candles were lit and stuff like that. I'm sure there was a what are you doing in there?
How old were you?
An 8-year-old and a 16-year-old, and their responsibilities with candles are very different.
Well, my mom didn't want me to light candles at 16 either, and I wasn't doing witchcraft.
True.
It was probably around then. I was a teenager for sure.
Did you have a coven?
I don't know that I did, but maybe one would have been started. I don't know.
You were willing to accept a coven into your life.
Most of my friends were Catholic, so they might not have been into it.
What got you into that?
It's neat. I don't know. Look at yourself. Witches are hot.
It was all those Anne Rice novels, all
They're
that
hot.
stuff.
Yeah,
That was cool.
I wanted to,
back then.
after I saw Interview with a Vampire, I wanted to be a vampire.
Where'd you go get the candle? Did you go out on your own as a young person and find a witch store?
You know what? It might have even been a traveling somebody that came to the school or something.
Like a gypsy?
Ooh, the witchcraft dealer at the school.
Clearly not to the Catholic school I went to. I might have been older.
Like, even if he was at the Stampede grounds or whatever, I'd have been like, okay, but the school.
Well,
I like that a gypsy came to your school and made you want to be a witch.
To her Catholic school and was
Yeah,
allowed in.
that's awesome.
no, I said no to the Catholic school thing.
Did you do any witching in your hearse?
In my hearse. Cameron, if you
Oh,
recall, I didn't have a hearse.
Sorry.
I did not do witching in my hearse, nor did I do witching in my beetle. There was some clowning in the beetle,
I
but
thought
no.
you were going to Dr. Seuss it up. I did not witch in my hearse. I did not witch with my purse. I did not witch in the yard. I did not witch in my car.
It's just too hard.
And that's why Dr. Seuss is Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss probably didn't hit as many of these before he got to work. Cameron, what do you think? Was Tara's mom concerned about her becoming a witch for a very practical reason?
Tara is telling the truth.
Jackie, what do you think?
I have Catholic parents, and I think that if I decided to dabble in Wiccan, that my parents would freak out. They also didn't like me lighting candles. So I think you're telling the truth, Tara.
I have to go to the cards on this one, guys. I'm sorry. This card that I just pulled, you can't see it. Well, fuck that. Anyways. It's the Justice card, but it was given upside down, which means it was unjust. And I think your mom was unjust with her decisions to not let you join a cult or my cult or drink the Kool-Aid. So I believe you, Tara. I believe your mom had a very practical reason why you couldn't be a witch.
Tara, what's the truth? Did your mom not want you to become a witch for a very practical reason?
Yes, it's true. It was because she thought I was going to burn the house down. That was pretty much it. She didn't really give a shit about the spells or anything else that went with it.
I bet she really just didn't like Sarah McLachlan, and that was the main reason.
No, Sarah McLachlan wasn't involved. Not even.
No, that was just the music, all the witchy girls I knew it roughly that.
No. She was more concerned with me listening to like Alice Cooper. I had to beg and plead with her to let me listen to Bon Jovi because she thought it was just too much. And I was
The
like,
story
no,
just
Mom.
keeps getting sadder and
I was
sadder.
like, I said, listen to the words. It's all about love.
I was hoping it was going to go into like witch sex or something, but it's just like, no Bon Jovi.
Next Halloween, we're going to light some candles. We're going to listen to some Bon Jovi. We're going to go trick-or-treating.
Sin as hard as we can. Candles and Bon Jovi.
Well, it appears to be true. Tara's mom didn't want her listening to Bon Jovi or becoming a witch because she might burn down the house. If that wasn't sad news enough, since everybody believed the story, everybody else gets a point, leaving Jackie and Cam tied for the big win. But it's not over yet. In our next segment, we'll find out if Jackie was once invited to a celebrity's hotel room after a Halloween party. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single segment of Trust Me. Hello and welcome to the 5th segment of the Hallowe'en Special series of Trust Me. Currently, Tara and Jackie share a narrow lead, but that could all change depending on who believes Alex's hilarious story of child labor in Horror House Helper.
I didn't get to trick-or-treat because I had to work every Halloween starting at the age of 6.
What was your job?
Sometimes I had to, put spells on people. Sometimes I had to spook people. Sometimes I had to clean up what I would assume looked like blood.
You're actually a witch.
Guys,
Those are things a witch would do, especially.
I'm a pagan.
Maybe your family owned a bar.
I said you were working there at 6 or something.
Yeah.
Cleaning up blood from the bar fight.
Listen, I just know things that we had to clean up.
Fair enough.
I mean, also at 6, I was cleaning up cigarette butts and getting paid 5 cents.
A nickel per cigarette butt?
No, 5 cents. Pfennings. Now they're just called the euro. But before it was the pfennig.
You were in Germany or whatever at the time?
I grew up in Europe. It's true. I'm Euro trash.
I got paid in pfennings.
Pennies.
All right, Oliver Twist.
Pieces of 8.
Pieces. Doubloons.
If you were to apply for that job today, what would the newspaper ad be for?
So Germany doesn't believe in Halloween. It's not a thing. And so when us Canadians came and we wanted to celebrate, there was nowhere to go trick or treat. So we built a haunted house and allowed all the Canadians and Germans, we didn't just exclude. I have a whole bunch of gas chamber jokes I'm not going to pull. I said I'm not pulling them out.
I'm glad.
I just said I'm not horrible. So, Germany, 6 years old, running. Cam has been paralyzed that whole time. Would you have been able to go trick-or-treating regardless of working if there was no trick-or-treating in Germany?
Well, I mean, my whole family runs the business. It's the family business. And we did it every year from, honestly, as small as I can remember. I don't even remember.
Do Germans have any holiday that's even close to Halloween?
Yes, they have something called Fasching. It's super cool. It happens in February, and it's on Sundays, and they have a big parade in different little German towns, and you yell, Nutty, Naro, Nutty, Naro. And that means you're a fool, I'm a fool. And they dress up all funky, and they hand out candy.
And it's called Fasching, which suspiciously sounds like fascist.
Fascist. No, Daddy.
You mean that it's more like Halloween?
Halloween.
Oh.
Oh my Lord.
Geez.
Just now, okay, we've found the weird little niche that this one's gonna fall into.
Yeah. Usually it's butt plugs. Today it's Nazi jokes. Tara, what do you think? Did Alex not get to trick or treat because she was working every Halloween from the age of 6?
I'm gonna say no. For the first time forever, I don't trust you. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say she's lying.
All right, Cameron, did Alex not get to go trick or treating because she was working every Halloween since the age of 6?
I've got a bunch of confusing emotions going on.
As you should.
Yeah, kind of like it's a combination of your finger and the whole kind of like hot witch thing. I believe you. I think that's true. I'm a fool. You're a fool.
That's right. Nutty Naro. Fasching.
Jackie, what do you think? Did Alex not get to trick or treat because she was working every Halloween since the age of 6?
I feel like I've been working every Halloween since age.
I know, hey.
What just happened to the show?
Yeah, everybody's so hard done by. Nobody had a childhood.
I'm gonna go trick or treating now. You know what? Clay Matthews says you're lying.
Would you believe that the Giants are currently beating Philadelphia?
I can't talk about it.
Well, Alex, what's the
Are they
truth?
really?
Did you not get to go trick or treating because you were working every Halloween since the age of 6?
Guys, it was a really sad story, and it's true. But I loved every minute of it. I would be like the dead body with the spaghetti belly, or I'd be the baby that pops out of the coffin.
It turns out that Alex did, in fact, get stuck working every year since she was 6 and didn't get to go trick-or-treating.
Do I win something?
While the rest of the panel lamented the suffering of children, Cam was concerned about getting a prize. And in this case, he does get a point, setting us up with a 3-way tie for first place. We'll see if Alex can make up some ground in our next segment, where we'll find out if Tara's mom was concerned about her practicing practical magic. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single segment of Trust Me.
Welcome to the 7th segment of the Trust Me Hallowe'en Special. You're nearing the final leg of your journey to find this series' champion. But first, you'll have to navigate the maze of Jackie's story of Bubbles' sex mimes.
After a Halloween party, I was invited to a famous person's hotel room.
Whose?
It was one of the Trailer Park Boys. That's famous, right?
I think it was,
Oh my
I think
God.
it was Bubbles.
Jesus, Jackie, I just wanted to come back to your hotel room to see your cats, and the next thing you know, she was trying to kiss me, and I just had to freak out, and I just had to get the hell out of there.
It actually was Bubbles.
Did he put on the mask of the green bastard?
Actually, when I got to the hotel room.
Oh, you went?
That's awesome.
That saved so many questions right there.
I actually didn't recognize him.
Oh, because he wasn't in character.
Yeah, well, he didn't have like the pop bottle glasses on, so he just looked like a regular guy.
Do you have children?
Well, I do now.
From Bubbles?
No.
You've got Trailer Park Boys.
I got Trailer Park Boy, at least one that I know of.
Really? Your son's not really.
No.
What was the nature of this Halloween party? Was he just at a party at a place you already were, or what was going on?
I'm from Edmonton, and there was some big bash every year. And yeah, they just had this big party, and he just happened to be in town for it.
Was he someone dressed like Bubbles, the celebrity, or was it actually Bubbles, the celebrity?
Was it Cam dressed as Bubbles doing that?
Does Cam have a kid somewhere now that he needs to pay for?
I feel like if I had showed up to the hotel room and Cam was behind the door and like did the Bubbles voice and said, "Good morning, Jackie," I think I'd go into the hotel room. You know?
Oh, Jacqueline.
Was there anyone else in the hotel room?
There was actually 2 girls dressed as mimes in various states of undress, and they were kind of like posed. They were kind of like posed weird, like not even really covering anything up, you know. And they just had this look on their face, like, "Get me out of here."
They call the police.
Maybe the look on their face was like, you know what? We don't really need a third, you know.
At first, you were concerned about their welfare. You're calling the police.
You're like, this is gonna blow our orgy up.
How did you exit the room? How did you get out of the situation?
I was actually pushed out of the room.
By a
Through a
mime?
window?
By a topless mime.
No, the mimes didn't move. They just kind of stayed like posed, like in a weird, like they're trapped in a box, like a sex box.
I want to know. You have to describe a sex box after this, because that sounds fun.
I wasn't alone when I went. This guy came into the bar when I was closing the bar, and he was like, "We gotta go. I know where Bubbles' hotel room is." We hopped in a car, but before we left, we grabbed a pumpkin because apparently Bubbles likes pumpkins. And we brought it to the room, and when we got there, the guy walked in and then said, "Thank you very much. We don't really want to disturb you," and then pushed me out. I was like a slutty fairy.
No.
Yeah, no, I was. No. He was just like kind of eyeing me up and down, and my boss was there with me actually, and he pushed me out and he said, "Thank you, we didn't want to disturb you. It's okay." Took me downstairs and then told me what was going on.
I just listened to your story and I still don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm actually more confused than I was when we started, but that's a great place to start asking if people believe this story or not. Tara, what do you think? What do you think? Was Jackie invited after Halloween party to the hotel room of a famous somebody?
That ended with just one giant question. What the hell was going on?
Mimes.
Mimes. Sex box mimes.
Sex box
Topless
mimes.
sex mimes.
What do you think? Sex mimes, Sarah?
So strange. God, I don't know. Yeah.
Sounds like she wasn't invited so much as another guy there just happened to know where he was and she went with him. That's kind
It
of
sounds
how
like
I got it.
he wanted to have the sex party with the weird mimes and bubbles and pushed her out.
Cam, so do you think that she was invited to a hotel room after a Halloween party?
Had it been any other celebrity, I would say that this is a lie. But because it was Bubbles, I do believe that this is a true story. Although I do believe there was intoxication involved, and some of the facts are skewed, not intentionally.
All right. How about you, Alex? What do you think?
Well, I'm going to have to pull from my ruin.
I can't wait for my second time. I'm gonna have props.
You're gonna have it all figured out by then. Good. We might have it figured out by then.
This one's a fish, and that generally means you're telling a tale. However,
Fishy tail?
when the fish is above water, it means the truth. And side note, I actually used to work at a bar and got drunk with the Trailer Park Boys. And so it's very, very, very possible. And I believe it.
I like your logic.
Jacqueline, what's the truth? Did you, in fact, get invited back to Bubbles' hotel room after Halloween?
I did, but I didn't get invited by Bubbles.
Were there really mimes?
There was really
Were they really like sex mimes?
They were sex mimes.
Tell us
Sex
more.
mom, sex mom, here's a sex mom.
Well, turns out that the story of Bubbles' sex mimes is true. And perhaps even crazier than that, everyone in the panel believed it. So Jackie loses her tie for the lead. Assuming Tom Jones or Bubbles or someone else doesn't send us a cease and desist letter, we'll be back with one more regular segment before the boning round. That is to say, bonus round, where Cam will tell us about the most traumatizing experience he ever had on Halloween. Don't forget to like and share, subscribe, and all that other stuff so you don't miss a single segment of Trust Me.
Hello and welcome to the final regular round of the Trust Me Halloween Special. After that weird sex mimes segment, Cam has a 1-point lead. But as the storyteller this round, only the others can score. So let's find out if we can trust Cam and the kiss of death.
Due to a childhood trauma, I actually hate Halloween.
I was worried you were going to say you were missing a nut.
I was going to say I have your nut.
And to be both?
Well, and actually, now you know I'm missing a nut, but now I know where my nut is. It's been missing a long time.
It hasn't been on ice that whole time, so it's probably you can't even reattach it.
She's just
Due
keeping
to
it in a little
childhood
velvet.
trauma, I actually hate Halloween.
What happened?
Well,
Tell Daddy.
so my mom had sewed a clown costume. On the day of Halloween, I get up, she puts the costume on me. Here's a plastic pumpkin, got some candy in it, sends me off to school. I'm walking to school, school bus passes me. All these faces looking at me like this. No one else is dressed up for Halloween.
Your mom have like last year's calendar or what?
The problem was dress up day wasn't supposed to start until the lunchtime, but I didn't know that.
That's a true thing.
So I had to go and spend most of my day dressed as a clown. And there was only one other kid that was a farm kid whose name was Rob Barfus.
Oh,
right?
no.
So me and Rob Barfus, because he was dressed up because he came from a farm. He had actually a watermelon farm, which is at Halloween not as successful as a pumpkin farm, as you might imagine. We had to sit at the back of the class. Some kids that were twins who later on dressed up as Kiss, the band Kiss, threatened to beat me up when they were dressed up as Kiss. I was terrified. I was a sad clown. I was eating my lunch from my plastic pumpkin, which was full of candy, which is a horrible lunch for children, by the way. I was quite sick, and my friend Rob Barfus, the watermelon farmer, only had watermelon. It was quite tragic, and we were in the cloak room. And at that time, no one had cloaks, which was very confusing to me that it was called the cloak room. So we were in the back, and we sat there. It was very humiliating, and eventually I did get beat up.
People haven't had cloaks for 80 years. Why are we calling it a cloak room?
I don't know if you caught the most dramatic part of my story, but in the end...
Yes, his last name is Barfus. We got it.
I did get beat up by Kiss.
Oh.
By the band Kiss.
But
Not the real band, just the people
Just the
dressed
twins.
up like
There wasn't
they.
even enough of them to be the whole band.
which members of Kiss were they?
Was it the kitty cat?
It was Gene Simmons. He got blood all over me. And it was also Paul Stanley, and I think he tried to kiss me.
How far could he stick out his tongue?
Which
Like,
one?
could he?
Kid that played was Gene Simmons.
Barfus.
Listen, I didn't know whose fingers were whom or whose tongues was whose. There were tongues and fingers and fighting
Blood.
and clowns. I didn't know what was going on. They both had quite long tongues. They were twins. What a dumb question.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I didn't mean to be sensitive. This is traumatic for me. I didn't know we were going to call this story up. And I've been through a lot of clown counseling, and I didn't know this was going to happen.
Lee Barfus only had watermelon.
I know. It's so sad for Barfus.
His parents actually literally drove him to school in a truck full of watermelon.
But that's all they gave him to eat?
I think they gave him more than that. Like, I'm sure they grew other gourds.
Here's a squash to go with your.
Have some pumpkin, Barfus, have some,
I know what I'm being for Halloween next year. Barfus, the watermelon.
You're being
farmers.
Rob Barfus. I actually want to know where.
Cam's stroking out. Are you back?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm here.
It was Cam's ghost.
Yeah, you got all the other friendly ghosts got involved. It's like, I don't want you making fun of Barfus.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Medicine Hat, Alberta. Same place as Jeff and Tara.
Hey, Tara.
Yes.
Out of all the farming that is done in Medicine Hat, how many watermelon farms do you know of?
Are you allowed to ask other people questions?
I don't recall watermelon farms.
Well, if you're using logic to determine if I'm telling the truth, Kiss was quite popular at the time.
That's true. That's true. Kiss was popular at the age you did not specify.
Oh, yeah, at 1970, 80, 90.
P.S. If you said the word kiss now to children, they would still know.
I will not be saying the word kiss to children.
Not anymore, you won't.
What do you think, Tara? Due to a childhood trauma, does Cam actually hate Halloween?
As much as Cam seems like an individual that would totally love Halloween, I can understand how a trauma like that could happen, especially in a zany place like Medicine Hat.
Alex, what do you think? Does Cam have a traumatic childhood experience that made him hate Halloween?
It won't stop going in circles, just like your story. This story is fabricated around and around. That's a false.
All right. I just had to clarify for us non-Wiccan types.
Yeah. Thanks for asking, Jeff. Stop flirting with me.
Oh, shucks. What do you think, Jackie?
You burned me before, but you really pulled me in with my mom made my Halloween costume, because my mom used to do the same. And I remember when you couldn't wear a costume until lunchtime, like after lunch. So I'm going to say I trust you.
All right. Cameron, what's the truth? Did you have a childhood trauma that made you hate Halloween?
Fucking hate Halloween.
There's the promo right there. It's the Halloween special.
I hate Halloween.
I really don't like it. I don't like it.
The clown thing actually happened?
Oh yeah, it terrified me. It was actually a time in my life that I first felt Swent dreading fear.
His last name was Barfus?
His name was Rob Barfus, and they were the biggest watermelon farmers in our area.
Have you ever went to mom and been like, hey?
She probably laughs about it.
Oh, she laughs hilariously.
Aww.
Well, and says stuff like, well, of course, now I understand why you are the way you are.
Right. My mom made me a clown costume too. Could be filled with balloons. So that I was just this massive clown walking around. Clearly I wouldn't fit in my desk.
I'm surprised your mom wasn't worried about you lighting on fire from all your candles.
I've been 6 feet tall since I was, 12 probably. My mom made me a Viking costume. Helga was the nickname that stuck with me forever.
Your dad really didn't want you to get into porn.
Hey, there's niche markets for everything. 6 feet tall Helga would have done well, I'm sure.
Oh man.
How did I do there? Did somebody believe me?
I did.
I said yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a good liar. I don't know if I'm very good at this game.
You were an excellent liar.
Oh, you're fine.
Hey, thanks.
Well, Cam may be an excellent liar, but it turns out he really did have a traumatizing childhood experience that made him hate Halloween. Hey, at least we got to hear a funny story about it. Since Jackie and Tara trusted the story, it's a 3-way tie for first. But the points will be as plentiful as Barfus's watermelons in our bonus round, coming soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single segment of Trust Me. Hello and welcome to the Trust Me Halloween Special Frightening Round. It's like a lightning round, only a bit more frightening. Because it's Halloween, and because it's very lightly edited for content. So if you found any of our content so far got you close to the line, this might not be for you. For the rest of you, it's time to get down to business. Tara, Cam, and Jackie are tied for the lead with 4 points. Alex, right behind with 3. But in the frightening round, we're giving out so many points, it's like candy and shots of Jägermeister on Halloween. All the panel has to do is answer these Halloween trivia questions. Oh, I almost forgot. There were some costume changes on the break. These are Halloween true facts. And so they're going to be true or false. I'm going to read them. We're going to discuss them. I'm going to ask you if you think they're true or false, and then I will tell you whether they're true or false. That's that simple. The first one of our true Halloween true facts is, in Alabama, it is illegal to dress as a priest for Halloween.
That's true. I know this.
How do you know that?
Well, I can't talk about it.
Suspicious.
Yeah.
There's a little boy involved.
Have you been arrested for dressing as a priest and getting up to other things in Alabama? Is that why you know?
No, but I have pretended to be a cop many times, and I'm surprised I haven't been arrested for pretending to be a cop.
Anybody else have dressing as priest? Had an issue dressing as a priest, or
I think it's a true story.
Yeah.
Because if you dressed as a priest in Alabama, not only would you get free candy, but it would come at a price, and that's a horrible price. So no.
I feel like there's a story behind
Yeah,
it.
I know.
it's so
What
personal.
children?
Well, it's not personal. I've never been to Alabama.
Do you want to talk later? Do you need somebody to talk to?
I kind of do.
Tell Mommy Frankie. Tell her.
No, I feel like there's a lot of religious people down there. So why would it be illegal to dress?
Probably
That's
because
what I
they're
mean.
trying to steal your money. They're trying to steal your money there.
They move those pedophiles around like crazy. You're not allowed to dress up as that shit in Alabama. They just move them around, and they move them to Alabama, and then they move them to Georgia, and then they move them to Minneapolis, and nobody fucking knows. But they're all weirdo rapers, and you got candy, and you got kids, and you got priests.
You got pizza restaurants. You
can't
got
dress as that shit.
Republicans. You got
So it's-
Democrats.
Adrena candy? No.
Raina candy.
All right, what do you think, Tara? Is it illegal to dress as a priest in Alabama for Halloween?
It all seems very. I don't know.
Dear, don't worry about it. Just give your answer.
It's dark as
I don't
shit,
see
right?
why it would be. I don't see why it would be.
I just
That
told you
seems
why.
weird.
So you're saying false?
Yeah.
All right. Alex/Frankie?
Oh, I believe it to be so. Like you said, there's so much criminals, there's so much problems, there's so much issues, there's so much little children and the touching, and I'm not into it. And I think it's wrong.
All right, Jacqueline, what do you think about whether or not it's illegal in Alabama to dress as a priest for Halloween?
I feel like, and I don't know where it would come from, but I feel like there's some weird laws in Alabama. Is that just because you've put that in my head that there's probably some weird laws in Alabama? You know what? I think it's true.
All right. Cameron?
It's true as hell.
True? You can't dress as a priest in Alabama.
He tried it
It's
one
absolutely,
time.
you cannot. You can't. There's no anal. You can't have a giraffe on a leash. You're not allowed to call your mom after 6. It's fucked up down there.
If you can't wear panties you have to wear panties when you're a stripper in Alabama, don't you?
It's a good thing none of us are ever going to be in Alabama because we'll get lynched. But
in Alabama.
This is why I'm in
On
costume,
Halloween,
Jeff.
just
This
as a
is why I'm in costume.
No, priest. That is a costume that is powerful, and you can manipulate all kinds of things.
But you could definitely dress like Jesus. You could dress like Jesus in Alabama, no problem.
Jesus, the
Just
thing
not a
about
priest.
that is Jesus is everywhere. You don't know what he looks like.
That's right.
He could be a stranger.
That's right.
he's in our hearts.
No, there's a shot.
Yeah.
Did you say our hearts are in a hearse?
In a hearse.
In a
He's in
hearse.
Tara's hearse.
He's in a hearse.
All right. So the truth is,
Jesus,
in Alabama, it is in fact illegal to dress as a priest for Halloween. According to Law Sector 13A-14-4, fraudulently pretending to be a clergyman Whoever, being in a public place, fraudulently pretends by garb or outward array to be a minister of any religion or nun, priest, rabbi, or other member of clergy is guilty of a misdemeanor, and upon conviction shall be punished by a fine not exceeding $500 or confinement in the county jail for not more than 1 year, or by such fine and imprisonment.
Or they put you in a room with a priest for an hour.
Right? A real priest. I love the idea that you can get fined $500, which is like, you know, it's money, but it's not a crazy amount of money, or in jail for up to a year.
I just enjoy that they name.
How many times have you dressed like one?
They name
what are
all
you
the
doing?
different denominations when, like, I don't know. I feel
Not
like
a lot of people impersonating
So,
rabbis
like,
now.
how many
dress like a
rabbis are
Buddhist
there in
monk,
Alabama?
that'd be okay.
Like, how many rabbis are there in Alabama?
I'm not a priest, I'm a monk.
But this is why, you know, people acting like religious leaders just go to Texas, because clearly they don't have the same laws.
No, I have the same law. Yeah, you cult it up down there. Yeah, get your
Yeah,
Waco
just
on.
drink some Kool-Aid and wake it out, you know? Like,
Get yourself a compound.
Happy Waco-ween.
All right,
Waco.
moving along. A number of celebrities have died on Halloween. I have a couple of options here. True or false? Harry Houdini died on October 31st.
He did die on October 31st. He was trying to do a trick and it didn't work for him.
He was bleeding internally.
It was the key in the stomach thing, where they put him in the box with the chains and under the water, and then he died.
He had I think he couldn't breathe because he had a jelly bean up his nose.
No, it's because he got punched in the gut.
I thought he died of AIDS.
It was all about the nose candy.
He got He got in a bar fight in Halloween. You're not fucking Houdini.
Get out of this one!
He used to do a trick.
Houdini this.
He used to do a trick where somebody could punch him as hard as they could in the stomach, and then he was getting somebody to do it, and they sucker punched him. They punched him when he wasn't ready and like ruptured something, and so he had internal bleeding. And then I think the next major stunt that he tried, whether it was in the water or whatever, ended up killing him because he like was all out of sorts.
It's not a very funny story.
No, but
it killed him.
It happened on Halloween. It happened on Halloween.
It's not as funny as the story of the Houdini porn called Humpdini, where he also ruptured a bunch of stuff.
Whoa.
Bunch of abdomens.
Was Frankie in that movie?
Ah, that's why I'm no longer with the land of the living.
Doing some of that Heine stuff.
All right, what do we think? Harry Houdini died on Halloween. Tara, you're saying yes? You know how he died, it sounds like, but do you know it was
I
on
don't
Halloween?
remember if it was Halloween, but sure.
Sure. Cameron?
Sure is so not about the.
Sure, some dude died, whatever.
Absolutely yes. I'm convicted, man.
Convicted.
I came to play.
All right, Jacqueline?
I feel like my son was watching something on History Channel about this. I think it's true.
All right, Frankie/Alex?
Listen, I think Harry Houdini's a badass mother. And all I know is I love Halloween. So yeah. Why not put them together and me like them more?
If they're both awesome, they must coexist. All right, it is true. Harry Houdini died on October 31st sometime a million years ago. All right. River Phoenix.
I'm scared and sad.
Did River Phoenix die on Halloween, October 31st, 1990, whenever that was?
He did. He died coming home from a party.
Was it after midnight?
Halloween?
That's a good question. Yeah, we was at a Halloween
If you're River
party.
Phoenix, you're partying after midnight.
Every day's Halloween. If you're River Phoenix, you've never slept.
But maybe it was an October 30th party because you're River Phoenix, so you party, and then it turned out to be Halloween. And it was totally by accident.
To be fair.
Halloween? It was a...
Can I call a friend?
Halloween or if it was New
Can you
Year's.
call a friend?
Are you trying to think of where you were at that moment? Like
When
where were you when
River
Elvis
Phoenix-
died? I don't fucking know. I was eating a sandwich.
Well, I don't... River
Again,
Phoenix
I
died
know
in the
how he
90s.
died. I just don't know what day it was on. It was
He
outside
drug
of the Viper
overdose.
room.
It's like the Challenger, September 11th, River Phoenix's death. We all remember where we
It was
were.
outside. It happened outside of the Viper room.
I think I was in a house.
I might have been outside.
Maybe I was on the phone.
Halloween though.
What do we think? Just gut reactions, I guess.
No.
Cam says no. Alex?
I
Alex
say
is a no?
River Phoenix has been partying since 1942. No, just kidding. He was pottying in his mom's belly. Every day is Halloween to him. He never sleeps. Yeah, he died on Halloween.
True. Well, it's true. River Phoenix died on Halloween.
It's on Halloween.
That's what I said.
Oh my gosh.
That's what you said? We're gonna good thing we're taping this. We're gonna go back and look.
That's what I said. I've been saying that the whole time.
All right.
I thought that was the whole point of the show.
To talk about
Mayday.
River Phoenix?
That's what I thought. That's why I wore this hat.
That sounded like a bit of a Christopher
In honor
Walken
of River.
impression. I thought that was the plot of the show. That was such a bad Christopher Walken impression. All right.
What that was?
Vincent Price. Did Vincent Price die on October 31st?
Oh, no.
I
that's
wanted
too
him to.
perfect.
I wish he did, though.
I wish he did too.
We're not even going to talk about it. You're just
It's
like,
so
that would have been so
good.
perfect. Oh my God, Thriller and all that other shit.
Yeah, it's like-
Right? And that would have been
it's Jesus dying at Christmas. Like, that's
Yeah. Then
Well,
he
that's what I
died
was
on
going to
his
say.
birthday.
Vincent Price probably died on Valentine's Day just to be as shitty as it could be.
Oh.
Yeah.
I miss Vincent.
I love Vincent
Me
Price.
too.
He probably
I first
died
saw
on
him on the
like
Muppet
March
Show.
7th. Right?
Yeah, like
Some
Nobody
nothing
Cares
day.
Day. He died on Nobody Cares Day.
I feel
That's
bad.
exactly right.
If anybody whose birthday was March 7th and they're watching right now,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
cares
You
it's your
suck.
birthday on March
You
7th.
took Vincent from us.
You don't even scare me as a happy ghost
All right.
in my house. Fuck you.
So, are we unanimous? Vincent Price did not die on Halloween?
No, he did not die.
No.
Bro.
Nobody's buying it.
No.
Okay,
No.
that is in fact false. Vincent Price did not die on Halloween. How about Fred McFeely Rogers, aka Mr. Rogers? Did he die on Halloween?
I
That
don't
would
think he
be
died
weird.
on Halloween either.
That would have been a weird day in the neighborhood.
He lives in all our hearts.
It's a beautiful day on this Halloween street. A beautiful day.
That's so close.
Just close enough to not get sued for infringing on the rights of PBS.
There's a mumbling something and something. Hey,
Can you say copyright?
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
we're screwing it up, not because we're bad, because we don't want to.
I know the game.
Did Fred Rogers die on Halloween?
You mean
Yeah.
his father? His father probably did.
Like, statistically speaking, there's a 0.3%
What?
chance that anybody died on Halloween because there's 360 odd days in a year. So,
Is that correct, math?
give or take.
3%.
No, 0.3.
0.3.
A third of a percent. So times 300. Blah, blah, blah.
I've heard musicians are really good at math. I'll
We
trust
can
that.
do 4, and that's it. 3,
That's it.
Yeah. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's see.
That's all we got.
Mr. McFeely?
Mr.
with
Rogers
puppets.
did not die on Halloween.
No, he didn't die on
Yeah,
Halloween.
I
No?
don't think so.
No.
I
Nope.
feel like if he did, there would have been like a lot of Mr. Rogers dressing
Halloween
up that year.
It
costumes.
would've
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been crazy. Everybody like
Yeah.
last. But you can dress up. Anybody who dresses up as anything is dressing up as Mr. Rogers because he's Mr. Oh, I was thinking Mr.
No,
Dress Up.
you're
Never
thinking
mind.
Mr. Dress Up.
I'm assuming you're going to edit that part out.
You're fired.
No, my own stupidity is most of what makes the show
Fired.
work.
If Mr. Rogers died on Halloween, it would be a sign that he actually was working for the other team. Like the
Mr. Dress Up
devil.
Team?
The devil. And not baby Jesus, who I'm pretty sure he was working for.
You think because Mr. Rogers was such a pure of heart, natural, magical, beautiful
He
person?
didn't go on Halloween.
No, I don't
Did
think
you know that
was a
Mr.
pedophile.
Rogers?
He was not.
No.
Well,
No,
Tom
but
Hanks, who played him, was.
Blasphemous!
You shut your whore mouth.
Blasphemous!
You guys.
Oh?
I can't even believe.
All right, Jackie, sorry.
Sorry, Jackie. Please,
sorry,
that was
Chief.
just.
Your
That was just
heartwarming,
awful.
brilliant thing.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Jeff isn't that stupid when he's trying to like mix these two up because they actually worked together.
Yes, they did.
Mr. Dress Up worked for Mr. Rogers, didn't he?
Yep. Mr. Rogers is the one that got Mr. Dress Up into the game.
That is not as exciting as their side gig in porn,
Yeah.
but I
And
just
the
thought that was
conspiracy
kinda
theory that Mr. Dress Up murdered Mr. Rogers.
No, I don't.
It's not a
Not
Tupac
Not true.
situation.
I don't
It
want
is
to talk
now.
about any more terrible things about.
not
It's
true.
on the internet. It must be true. Okay, what do we think? Nobody believes
man
that
and one
Mr.
truth.
Rogers died on Halloween? No?
No.
No, he didn't die.
No. That is in fact false. So there we go. Mr. Rogers did not die on Halloween. So
You're making my bolt shiver.
our
with
4
this
celebrities,
stuff.
the Halloween deaths were Harry Houdini and River Phoenix. The not so Halloween deaths were Vincent Price and Mr. Rogers. In 2019, what were the most commonly Googled costume searches for adults?
Harley Quinn.
Adults.
In
Harley Quinn, yeah, it
2019.
was Harley Quinn.
Ooh, that's number 2. Cam said it
Really?
first. That was number 2.
Donald Trump.
Donald
The
Trump.
Joker. The Joker.
Donald Trump is
Joker, yeah.
The
not
Joker.
on the list. Neither is the Joker.
What?
Batman.
No Joker.
Super celebrities.
Batman. No Batman.
Naughty
How about
nerd.
Iron Man.
Peacock.
Peacock. No Peacock.
Iron Man.
Was Peacock
No,
a big thing? Were peacocks a big thing in 2019? Was there
Are
like
we allowed to just yell random stuff?
Yeah.
I think
No,
so.
but do you remember when I had that big peacock plume?
Oh, so you think your costume
You're-
influenced
you're
the
the
world
number
enough that
one.
it,
No,
that
but
it
I
changed
looked
Google?
everywhere for
Albino.
peacock costumes. There
Oh,
was
so
a
you
thing.
searching what fucked up the whole calculations for the internet? Wow, you have an inflated sense of your own impact on search engine optimization.
What was one of the what was Kim Kardashian last year? Because that's what people the year
Well,
before. That's
Kim
the year.
Kardashian herself was one of them.
Oh,
there's
do I get a
for-
point?
You get a point for that. That was number 9. So
No,
we're still
she
looking.
asked what Kim Kardashian
Got it.
dressed
She
as.
brought it up anyway. So that we've got
Hey,
number 2 and number
touch
9
touch
covered.
my bolts. Touch it.
What do we think? Any other ideas?
Aquaman.
Any movies that came out, maybe? No Aquaman.
How about a deer?
And it was
No.
Iron Man.
A pirate. A guy with a stupid gold hat.
Oh,
Oh.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny
No.
Depp.
2019. What? That's like 2004
2019.
you're talking about. You're so old.
What happened last year? I can't even.
I
It's been.
just-
I feel like last year.
Oh. 40
COVID
years.
still. COVID's been COVID for 19 years now.
Anything happened last year?
How am I supposed
that
to
was
remember anything
boring?
that happened?
Oh, was the Handmaid's Tale a costume? Because that shit's good.
It wasn't one of the most searched ones according to Allure.com last year.
Well,
What
because they
was
gotta
the-
be slutty.
What was the biggest movie last year?
What happened
None of us
last
know.
year?
I didn't go to a movie last year.
Right?
Okay.
Everybody.
What was the
Don't you know
biggest superhero movie last year?
Oh,
Deadpool.
Thor.
Superman?
Was Thor on the
Deadpool is an option. Who said Deadpool?
list? Deadpool.
I did.
Aquaman.
The little blondie said it.
I said Aquaman. He said
No, no Aquaman.
And it wasn't Iron Man.
Oh, Black Widow.
No Iron
Black
Man.
Widow.
No Black Widow.
Oh,
Oh,
Black Panther.
Black Panther. There you go. Cam gets Black Panther. That was 4th place.
How about Doctor Strange?
No. Think classic.
Who?
Think maybe a bit more classic.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
Vampire.
number 1.
vampire.
Really?
Yeah, everybody's gonna be Spider-Man all the time.
Werewolf or vampire.
Thwip.
All right, we got another superhero still to deal with.
The Hulk.
Batman.
Batman.
No,
That's what I just said.
Weirdly
You gotta
enough,
be
Batman
faster.
wasn't searched.
The
The
Hulk.
Hulk.
No Hulk. There's also a video
Oh,
game.
The
on here.
Lord guy from his name's Lord. The Lord Star.
Oh, I know. How about Thor?
No, I said Thor.
No,
Did you say Thor?
no Thor.
Oh, Captain America.
No Captain America.
Because nobody loves Captain Americas anymore.
Yeah, America's.
Iron
Captain
Man.
Canada. He's not real, but I want him to be.
All
He
right.
is real. There is. Silver Surfer.
Mermaid dancing.
That's a
dancing.
hint.
Oh.
Floss.
I
Dental
unplugged
floss.
What's a dumb,
I unplugged my head. My
game
head.
Is there a superhero that flosses?
So you're
It's Minecraft.
No,
Or whatever.
Crush.
No, what is it?
You're so old.
Doctor Dentist. Do you want to be a dentist?
Dr.
It's not-
Teeth
no, it's not
from the
like-
That's
Muppets.
not flossing?
Well, it is flossing, but what was the
Pee Wee Herman.
No.
That would be
You
a
know what
great
it is?
costume, by the way.
That's not
Beetlejuice.
dumb.
I put Beetlejuice on the list.
Oh, man.
Beetlejuice on the list. Miss
That
Piggy. Hey, how about me?
stupid-
Did
it's
you
that
anyone
game that
pick
the
me?
kids play, isn't it? It's that game that the kids play.
Minecraft. Was it Minecraft?
No, it's not
It's not
Minecraft.
Was it a piece of toast?
Was it a panda? Was it a panda?
All right,
So-
all right. Are we giving up here?
Fortnite.
No.
Fortnite. Tara gets the point for Fortnite. Apparently, that was a Halloween costume. Like that was.
Thank
don't
God
even
you're
know.
dating married to a 14-year-old Asian.
I don't
was
even
just
know
gonna
what that
say.
is. I don't even know what that is.
I've
Fortnite.
actually never played any Fortnite, but
It's
it was
funny
the
you should
number
say
one
that.
searched adult Fortnite costume. Was the number one searched Halloween adult costume theme.
I'm dressed as Fortnite right now.
You're not.
All right, so and then after that it was Spider-Man, and then Harley Quinn, which we've already got, and then there was a third place one. Gonna give you a quick second to guess.
Well, give us another quick
Strong
second.
female lead superhero.
I said Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was third place. Black Panther was I'm behind. Fifth place was Black Panther. Sixth was Deadpool. Seventh was a certain nerdy wizard.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
That's Alex.
Alex.
That's Frankie.
That we're the same time.
Eighth place was another strong female superhero type character.
I said Black
Ruth
Widow.
Bader Ginsburg.
RBG.
Good answer in the time.
I said Black Widow.
That'll
No
be.
Black
I
Widow.
bet you this year there will be a ton of RBGs.
A little more old school than Black Widow.
Captain America. Captain
Catwoman?
Wonder Woman.
Catwoman.
Oh, Catwoman. Oh.
Catwoman was the answer. And then something that has nothing to do with superheroes, and was actually
French fries.
the number one grossing horror film of all time was released very recently and featured this character, who was the number 9th most common Google
Jigsaw.
ad costume.
Jigsaw.
Jason.
No,
Freddy Krueger.
no. Also the name of a punk band.
Punk man.
Scott.
Was really smart and related to denominations of money.
Ska. That's awesome.
Wait.
Poison.
Lived in a sewer, had a balloon, turned out to be a giant spider.
Pennywise.
Pennywise. There we go, Tara. Pennywise was the number 9. And number 10 was Kim Kardashian. Which I
Alex
guess.
did say it.
Yeah, but it wasn't the answer. Pennywise was
It is
what
the name
the
of
search
the
was.
story.
Can I get a half a point?
No,
Yo!
I don't get shit.
What? How is this not a thing? I had a thing. And
All right.
is it because you sleep with him, Tara? Is that why?
Yeah, no, I highly doubt that.
She sleeps next to me.
I highly doubt you sleep with him.
All right, moving on. Psycho was the first major American film to show a specific everyday household item on screen. Which
A
one?
shower room, a shower stall, a shower curtain.
Shower curtain.
I watched that movie.
Shower.
It wasn't a dildo.
There were no
What?
dildos in Psycho? Or you saw dildos in earlier movies in Psycho?
That was
Someone
called
didn't do it.
silicone. Not
I'm interested
Psycho.
to think that you think that a dildo is an everyday average household item. I like that. I like
I
your
put it
style.
in the dishwasher just like it says.
Oh.
It says that.
None
it
of this
says
will be
that
on
a
TV,
dildo?
guys.
It says that on a dildo?
On the direction sheet when it comes from Amazon.
Wash it.
True.
The dishwasher?
This is a true story. I believe you. I believe you.
No, we're not. It's not a true. Well, that might be a totally different true or false thing. The question is, what was the everyday household item that was first shown in Psycho? Not where
It can't be a knife.
I got it already. It was a shower curtain.
Alex isn't far off.
Shower.
It's a shower. I said
It
all the
has to be
things
the
about
shower.
a shower.
Head. It has to be.
I said that.
No.
This is ridiculous. I said
The
shower
shower
curtain,
drain.
shower
The
head,
drain.
shower room.
When the blood was going around.
No.
The
Was
toilet.
it just the toilet, like the
It
bathroom?
was the toilet. It was the first
yeah.
time ever in a major American film that there had been a toilet on screen. Was in Psycho. Scene.
Seems weird.
Because
Well, it's like
you don't actually poop. In Hollywood, you don't poop.
That's right.
Nobody in Hollywood poops?
And just so you know, Jacqueline, I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but it does.
Not in Hollywood.
even in.
You
They just
need
don't
to
shit.
on the
Because
toilet
it smells
when
like
you're eating babies.
Because there's
Not in
actually a
Hollywood.
truck that comes around and just hoovers everybody out. Nobody shits in Hollywood.
It's like Futurama. They just like teleport it out of your guts.
If you just concentrate really hard.
It just disappears.
So there you go. Toilet was first shown
All
on
right.
Psycho.
After this point, the magic witch's brew that the panel had been drinking overtook them. So we're going to wrap up the Halloween special right here with our champion, Alexandria Viola Desolé, or Frankie, or Megan the Pagan, or whatever she's going to be dressed up like when we call her right now with the exciting news. Let me just plug in the modem here.
Well, this is really exciting. With a big come from behind victory, of course, we had Alex, 12, 11 points for Cam, and then 9 for Jackie and Tara. And we were able to reach her live with the exciting news. Alex / Cruella DeVille, congratulations on your win in the 2020 Halloween special of Trust Me.
Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Jasper, I don't think this little thingy thing is taking...
You just got to push the button.
Put the dog down and come help me.
There's just a button in the corner. It turns...
Yes, but there's a tiny
I guess you can't hear
trapped
me.
in my computer.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hi. Oh, is it good now? Can you hear me?
Hi.
I assume you must have been watching the big...
Yes, I'm so fortunate. Oh my goodness.
Is that what Cruella DeVille sounded like?
I don't know. She was not. I don't know. This is really...
I don't even remember. It's been so long. But congratulations on your big win.
Thank you.
What would you say was your what was the key to your success?
Right. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the SPCA for not pressing charges. Wrong award.
Right, yeah. I think so. Oh, this is the Trust Me show.
It's award. Yes. Is this cute little witch on a pumpkin?
A barfish pumpkin.
I have to thank my mom and dad, for not giving me a Halloween as a child.
I guess you do.
And allowing me to work in a creepy house.
Is that where most of your costumes are left over from those days?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know where my negativity and anger begins and my sexuality ends. I do appreciate all you've done, and I wish all my friends and family and pets galore.
Well, here we are. I mean, it's Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween, Jeffrey.
During this live period of time, we can estimate, know for sure that it's roughly 8:30 on Halloween, so there's still a lot of fun to be had.
Oh my gosh, so many things can get blown up and so many things can be worn. I can't imagine all the fun that could be had.
All right. Well, you enjoy your trophy and your cat skin full of wine.
Yeah.
Try not to make a mess of the office. I don't want Justin getting mad.
It's so late. It's too late for that. The wine's on the ground. Oh, Jeffy, I wish you the bestest of all Halloweens.
Oh, thank you very much. And we'll see you soon I assume we're going to do a Christmas special next.
Oh my God.
Might as well keep the themes going.
I seriously have the cutest outfit.
I'm sure you do.
And thus concludes the Frightening Round and the entire 2020 Trust Me Halloween special. All that's left to do is thank our panelists for being part of it, our foolish sponsors for wasting their money on such a marketably ridiculous concept, and both our viewers. Thanks for tuning in, Mom. Dad didn't want to do it. Hopefully at least a few of you will be foolish enough to tune in for our Christmas special, which will probably be in December. That kind of makes sense. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single segment of Trust Me.